And finally, what we're going to do is look at the xdv75. This one is the professional unit, which is aimed at the high-end market. It's rack mountable, and it's got a couple of extra features in there that the other units don't have. These retail UK price is approximately £390, euros is approximately $460, and in US dollars around about 600 US dollars. This one comes in a slightly different package. It makes it a little bit more difficult to get it in and out of. I can put that there and it will fall over without doubt. So we open it up, and straight away you see inside that it's different construction, certainly for the packaging. You've got a foam insert, you have a nice case which holds the transmitter and the microphone holder, plus a couple of battery compartment holders. Obviously at the moment the batteries are inside the unit. I can show you that actually. There you have it, the batteries are in there. That screws on there. As with all these microphones, they all have the industry standard capsule design, so it does actually mean that you can buy any industry microphone capsule and connect it to the transmitter. All these microphones have some form of modelling built into them, but what they can't do is emulate the proximity that the actual capsule will give you. So if you have proximity effect, or you like to use the microphone in a certain way to get a certain type of sound from a particular microphone, be it an SM58 or any of the other microphone models that you can get, then the actual capsule is where you're going to need to go to get that kind of sound. So what we'll do is we'll just drop that at the top there. You get your pilot's guides and your warranty information as per normal. Just drop that out of the way. You have extension cables, a little plastic thing which is used to tie two receivers together, two 75 receivers together, a set of aerials, a bracket for a single unit in a 1U unit, and a bracket for the other side. Obviously if you've got two units strapped together, then you'd obviously only need two of these, one from each package. And a couple of slots in there for putting your aerial extensions. You've got your BNC aerial connectors which screw into there, and then you use your extensions to connect into the back, so you can have front mounted aerial sockets. Set of screws, power supply and transmitter. And this one seems to be made from a slightly more robust metal construction than the 55. It certainly feels a lot heavier, but there is slightly more to this one. It's got a digital display on the front and an encoder style selector, a couple of buttons to go through your menus. You've got set up and exit within those, and a power on off button. on the back you have antennae in and antennae out for looping together. You can loop, if you have 75, you can loop a maximum of 14 units into one rack, so it's a maximum of 14 different channels as opposed to 12 on the 55 and 6 on the 35. Something to remember also is that if you're using any of the other wireless products, i.e. the guitar wireless, the G50, the G30 or the G90, then these all work on the same channels. So see my green sticker video to see a little bit more about that, but they all work on the same channel. So if your band is using, for example, a wireless bass and a wireless guitar on the line 6, then that's 2 frequencies gone. So if you're looking at the basic package, then you're already very, very close to your limit if you say have 2 microphones, but you can do it. That's for wireless products. I'm just going to close this lid. I'll power it up so you can see what you're getting. Powers up. Also on the back here is a USB socket. I should have shown you that. This is the only unit that you can use to upgrade the firmware software on any line 6 wireless product. So through this you can actually upgrade the firmware of a G30, or you can probably just see in the background, or any of the other wireless products, including these wireless microphones that you have here in front, and the former, the V70, the V50 and the V30, which was the original product. So again, if we power this up, it tells you that it's connecting to a TH12 handset. In this case it's actually connecting to the 55, because that's actually already on, as you can see from the previous demonstration. It's saying that it's got reasonably good signal connection, and you can actually see that the audio light's blinking. The microphone over there is picking me up. If I speak a bit louder, no, it's not going to do it. If I speak a bit louder or speak directly into it, you can see that it gains. One thing that you do get with this one over all the others is you can digitally encrypt your audio. That's predominantly aimed at conferencing and that kind of thing, where you may or may not want people to be able to capture the audio through the wireless and record it. If you're having a conference about something, I don't know, taking out a multinational, then you're not going to want that information to become public knowledge. So you can encrypt. Also, you've got your dynamic filter, and there was one other thing, I'm trying to remember what it was now. Just go into the menu. You've got channel scan. This actually also gives you a channel scan. So if I was to hook a set of aerials onto this, I've been using the aerials out of the 55 box, but that's really quickly just to get these out. Right, straight away you'll see that the signal on the A and B aerial now is at 4 bars where it was at 3 bars before. So alright, It's at 3 bars where it was at 2 before. So it does improve your signal reception. So if we go into channel scan, what this will actually do is scan the channels. It's listing all 14 channels, and it's gonna tell me, right, so what it's saying is that where there's a T and an X, I don't know if you can see that, it's saying that there's a line 6 product on that channel. It's also where there's a big block, it's saying there's a good chance of interference on that channel, and where there's a smaller block, it's saying there's a small chance of interference, and they get the same with the even smaller line at the bottom. So there's a few channels that are being interfered with. What it does mean, it doesn't mean that you'll not be able to use the channel, but what it will mean is that the chance of the frequency range is, the microphone range can be reduced, can be drastically reduced, is basically what that means. The other thing I've just remembered that you have got on this one, on the V75, is you've got a low power and a high power. So you can actually set it to 10 mil or 50 milliwatts power range if you're really struggling. But what you may do is knock out some local wireless capability. So some poor chap in the club or pub where you play might not be able to connect to his wireless. And that's pretty much it for the V75. If you've got any questions, message me at the bottom of the box. Thank you for watching.